Okay, guys, it's Kenny Stapleton in the gun room, my gun room. This is a chance for you guys to, see into my life a little bit. So, what I want to talk to you guys about today is women, not on a negative note by any means, but what I want to address is the fact that a lot of men there's a stereotype of women only being able to shoot revolvers or carrying revolvers. There's definitely exceptions, and there's plenty of professional women shooters, and that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the women that have been told they need a revolver because they cannot charge a semi-automatic pistol, which in my eyes is completely bogus under one reason: because they're ignorant, and the definition of ignorant is to not know. So I'm saying they're ignorant in the terms that they don't properly know how to charge a semi-automatic pistol, technique wise. So I bought my wife, on her 21st birthday, a Charter Arms 38 Special, which is this gun, the pink gun. And I don't like this gun. And to be honest, she doesn't either. And I don't know why I'm keeping it around. Maybe just because I bought it on her 21st birthday. But that's besides the point. But the problem with this gun is the grip sucks, just because I have large hands and she's a woman. So, that by no means am I, throwing her off the bus because she's a woman. But as you can see, like the bottom part of my hand, it just kind of hangs off there. I have a large paw, but the accuracy of a revolver, well, a snub nose, is to the point where, it's up close gun. And people argue, well, I can shoot this. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about a dainty woman trying to, protect herself. So this one is a bear to hold on to after 5 shots. It's not pleasing to hold on to and shoot. And, 38 Special for a woman, or a 357, especially if they're not used to shooting pistols, can be a bit of a surprise. So the next one I've got is a Smith & Wesson Model 36. This one's nickel plated, and I do like this gun. I do like the downswept grip a little bit more, because I can kind of get a hold of it, just make it mine. Where this thing, it's kind of hard. I can grip it, but it just, I don't know. Smith's been around for a long reason, or a long time for a reason. But anyways, so I can get a hold of this one, and I can pull it back, and it's easier. By the way, all these guns are unloaded. I have checked and made sure, just to make you guys comfortable. But anyways, that one's hammerless as well, so it's got a longer trigger pull, and it's pretty heavy. But this one, it's a hammered model, and this one's not bad to shoot. But still, you have a 38 Special in a small gun. So, well, we're gonna move on past that, because it's a revolver, and you guys have seen revolvers. So what I want to work with you guys on is proper technique to show your wife. And you may have the proper technique, but you just haven't been aware of it, because women in general have a tendency to hold the gun this way when they're trying to load it. So then they try to grab it here or here, or any way they can, and then they tend to pull across their body. So your body's not designed like that. Your muscle and your bone structure is not designed to work in that formation. So they have a tendency to go like this. Then they run their forearm into their body, and they're like, oh, I'm not strong enough. Well, that's a lie. You are strong enough if you use proper techniques. So here, and as I was taught, younger, by some, great friends of mine that I've been around shooting with for a while, pointed out the fact when you grab a pistol, it needs to go, in the web of your hand towards your elbow. And that's the way I've always shot, and it does pretty well for me. So I grab a hold of it. It's in line with my elbow. And then from there, I'm going to grab here. I'm going to grab here. And then I'm going to pull my hand towards my right elbow. And then I'm going to drive my right elbow out towards the front of the gun. So, and then just, as fast as you can. Because pistol's not designed for you to ease it back forward. You might want to because you're going to think you're going to hurt the gun. You're not. If you can hurt the gun by letting it go all the way back, I have no idea what type of pistol you have, but you probably shouldn't own it. Just because that gun's designed that way. When you pull the trigger, that thing cycles as fast as it can, and back and forth to ram another round into the chamber and cycle properly. That's the way it's designed. It's meant to go back and forth as fast as it can. So by you doing this, it's not hurting it. And that's what women don't realize too. They think it's gonna break or whatever. They want to be easy with it because they just don't understand how it really works. And sometimes you just gotta explain it to them. No big deal. Or you can let them watch my video and yell at me. So here. This one is a HK VP9. It has the little knurls towards the back, which are kind of nice. If you need that. I'm not a really big fan of this number. Whole hand, get a grip, and then just drive it. But I was working with my mom on this. She's going to be 52 this year. So my mom was a prior professional kickboxer, so her hands and wrists are deteriorating. They're weaker than the probably average woman that age, just because they've took probably 15 years of that abuse. But I showed her that technique on this pistol, and it helped her out a lot. And she can charge any one of my pistols. So, but what I want to also address is the order or the way that you charge a pistol or clear it. I'm a fan of back here just because it's behind the chamber. I had a buddy, professional shooter, and the guy's been a great friend of mine, and it was an accident, but he got used to grabbing up here forward of the chamber, and what actually happened was a malfunction. So he had a stovepipe round. I wasn't there, but he gave me the down low of it, or low down. And what happened, stovepipe, he went to clear it, and another one got jammed in there. So it was cocked halfway back with a loaded round, non-spent shell. So he grabs it here and yanks it back, to get it out, clear it. That way you can continue firing. Well, the bullet was lodged in here. When he rammed it, guess what happened? The lodged bullet took off part of his index finger. And that was just, from the chamber. So I've never been a big fan of that, just because I think there's a better base back here anyways. And then, most of the time it's, muzzle awareness. But in that case, which is probably 1 in 400 billion trillion, it happened. So back here, that's why I go back here. And that's just my preference. You guys could tell me one way or another. But this here, I think this is kind of a silly, some guys do this. I don't really understand why, because you've got the other crap in the way here. Bam. Okay, so we're going to move on. Now, This is a full-size Kimber Custom Shop Raptor 2. And I really like this gun. Pretty well stock. It's got a couple Wilson internals. But I told my mom, I said, here, I'm going to give you a 1911 to charge. And she's like, I can't. I'm like, yeah, you can. If you properly, with the proper techniques, you can charge any pistol. And so, same concept. Pistol, webbing your end, driven towards your elbow. Grab here. And then, same thing. Drive forward as fast as you can. It's not going to hurt the gun. And then she's like, let me try. Blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, oh, that thing's tough. I said, grab a hold of it. It's not a toy. It's built to withstand abuse. So, blow down, got her proper technique, grabs it, bam, first try. And that thing is a tank compared to the VP9. It's just not a tank compared to it. It's stiffer. 45. Okay, we'll move past that. But it's just a lot of misunderstanding of firearms, and it's a lot of misinformation, and that's what I want to try and debunk. So if you want to work with your wife on that, if she's comfortable shooting a revolver, then by all means, let her rock a revolver. But I try to get my wife to be proficient enough with every pistol and every firearm in my house. That way, if she has to use it for whatever reason, she can use it. I don't want her to be so, bound up on, well, I only want to do this. Or I only like this gun. I don't want that mindset in my house. Just because if something happens to that gun, I want her to be able to find another one, pick it up, and use it properly. So that's kind of where I am with that. I mean, I've got a few different pistols, but I want to be proficient with every one of them. At least understand how it works. And she can break hers down, clean them, do very well. She can clean her AR, but that's the thing. It's just a lot of misconception. So once again, webbing, proper alignment with the elbow, grip, and then drive. Pull back towards the elbow, and then try to break them from this. This is not a proficient method of loading a firearm for anybody. I mean, that's just kind of silly. So guys, if you've noticed that you've done that, or that your wife has problems with that, that might be the issue to address. That way you can help them out. All right, guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for visiting the gun room, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.